Now, I wouldn't always say this, but the more I think about it, the more I realize I'm only wearing this because of the purpose of the video. What's the point of having all these shirts and clothes if nobody gets to see aside from me? And I don't really like, back to the point. So I'm extremely, if not highly standoffish. And the main reason is because I don't know the difference between coworkers, friends, acquaintances, family, and then all the differences. Because in my opinion, most of everything is a cult to a certain extent. It's just realizing that you're in a cult, and it's how much power do you have in the cult, or you just focus on the cult. Because, do we actually want to get a definition with? Nah, because it doesn't matter if I educate people. People are going to choose to want to be misinformed or uneducated. I will admit, there's multiple occasions I do say words incorrectly, but I do try to correct myself in the moment, but sometimes I leave it as it is because at the end of the day, if I do things correctly, people don't want to engage and interact. And what I've come to learn is people love telling you you're wrong, but nobody wants to agree that you're right for some stupid reason. I don't get that. That's the point. So the main reason why I'm so heavily standoffish is because of a lot of my upbringing and shit like that. Like every time I want to interact with people, it's like my mind works like a database. I'm remembering all the times I try to interact with somebody new, and I know, logically, when I legitimize things, I know you ain't them. I know you ain't gonna hurt me like them. But why does it seem like every time I look in here, I see something new and different and weird? And back to the point. So I know every person's a restart. I don't know you, so I get time to learn you, but also from the previous experience with people that remind me of you, I don't want to. Because I know you're different than they are, but you kind of remind me of them, and I didn't like them to begin with, so I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like you. Or don't knock until you... Fuck that shit, I'm going to knock that right now. I don't need to try to know I don't like it. I don't need to try to eat shit to know I don't like shit. I'm just saying. But I grew up in that environment, whereas don't try it. Don't try it. Don't knock it until you try it. And I'm just like, so what I'm being told is fuck me and try everything regardless. But y'all won't try a new thought process. Y'all won't try meeting new people. Y'all won't. So you want me to do things y'all won't do. Now, it seems, that's the words I'm looking for. It seems stupid. It seems ridiculous. That seems controlling. That seems, it seems like the fact that you told me I have free will and then you try to take it away from me, it seems like like you guys told me the only person I could do it isn't here currently, but is always here and always around. So therefore, if I was supposed to do what you wanted me to, then why do I feel so compelled to argue and fight with you? Because if it is to be their will, then wouldn't it be done? Wouldn't I be so happy and jolly? But at the same time, like, not for me. Fuck it, I don't want to do this. So, I don't know. It is what it is until it isn't. So the main reason I'm so standoffish is because at the same time, like I don't really know when the lines start to blur, when the lines start to cross, and all this and all that. But at the end of the day, I've been hurt, I've been loved, I've been lied to, I've been manipulated, and for me, coming from Haiti, living in America, not really having any biological siblings, like the people I love and care for, in my mind, in my world, like if they just said one day, "Fuck Ethan, I don't ever want to socialize with them," can I really fault y'all? In my personal opinion, no, because the way that my mind works is family is supposed to be permanent. It's supposed to be the all and all be all, but I've also met families where it's just like, if that was my brother, if that was my sister, if that was my mother, if that was my auntie, if that was my uncle, if that was my relative, black sheep be. Y'all ain't gonna be next to me. Call me Black Sheep E. Cause I'll murder everybody. Call me Itachi. Either way, I'm just saying, like, some of the way that people's family members treat each other makes me fortunate and glad and happy and jolly, because like I'd be damned if I listened to my father and it's all he did was molest and rape me. I'd be damned if I listened to my mother if all she did was molest and rape me. I'll be damned if I listened to my brother if all he did was molest and rape me. I'll be damned if any of them are breathing, because I know this court system's probably gonna fail you, but hey, sometimes it's your job to do what you have to do. Now, I'm not insinuating anything. I'm just saying a lot of things. Back to the point. I feel generally as if I was made for who I needed to be. Like the youngest version of me was by far the friendliest and the darkest, just because I didn't know the difference between this is a nice action, this is a mean action. I look at your face, I try to read it off for you guys, and if you guys always smile no matter what I do, then it's just like, And also as I grew and developed more, I feel like I got more sensitive to like the room and the areas and being able to feel the pressures. And I generally do remember those times as a child I did not want to go places just because it made me feel icky, it made me feel weird, it made me feel wrong. I'm not explaining any of that second the way I just did. But nobody listens to kids. At least in my environment, nobody listens to kids because I do realize one size does not fit all. One size maybe fits most. But my storyline is, we love to see you here, but why aren't you always around? Because this isn't a place for kids to be. Yeah, but I couldn't tell them that. And the main reason why I'm so standoffish to an extent is because, like I said earlier, if you guys woke up one day and decide, fuck Ethan, fuck it. I'm not gonna beg. I'm not gonna plead. I don't give a fuck. My first people to abandon me were my biological parents. I don't know where any of the sexiness comes from. The drive, the motivation, the hereditary issues. Like, I don't know where any of this comes from. So, I realize even though I might think we're friends or I might enjoy their company, all this and all that, I do realize at some, like, life is basically a team single player type of game, and some people develop strong partnerships and bonds and all this and all that. I do my best to try to, but it seems like the way that I am, I attract assholes. I attract narcissists. I attract people that love to suck the joy and energy out of things. I'm just like, don't get me wrong, I love nihilism too, but could you not just tone it down a little bit? Don't get me wrong, I love being toxic too, but could you not, like right now, like it ain't really your time to take the, you ain't really gotta be a center of attention. Like, don't get me wrong, I do love attention, but right now, it's a kid's birthday party. I don't want to be seen. I'm just here to be in the background. Right now, it's somebody else's wedding. I'm just trying to be in the background. Right now, I don't know. I do my best not to, because I'm not really much of a spotlight chaser. Like, I can get attention without trying as well as I get attention with trying. But in my head, in my thoughts, the way that my world works and processes is I'm trying to be friends with people when people are trying to compete with me. And I'm like, how the fuck are you going to compete with an orphan? How the fuck are you going to compete with somebody that doesn't have a father or a mother to raise and parent them? How the fuck are you going to compete with somebody that doesn't have siblings? How the fuck are you going to compete with somebody that doesn't even speak this language naturally but learned how to? How the fuck are you going to compete with a fucking heart patient? How the fuck are you going to compete with a goddamn madman that doesn't even want to be here? How the fuck are you going to compete with me? You fucking won. Even if you are losing, I don't know. I don't really know how to determine a win or a loss, to be honest. I just switch the goal after some point or another. It goes from I want to win to, you know what? Let's see how many steps I can get. You know what? Let's see who and how many people I can piss off. You know what? Let's see. Either way. There are times I think that I want to try like develop a more solidified bond and get closer to people that I'm around, but at the same time, I'm like, there's a lot of two-way streets. There's 5 lanes. There's one ways. Like life, I feel as if from as much time as I've spent in traffic, life is a lot like traffic. You don't have your own lane. People can cut into your lane. You can switch lanes. There could be 5 lanes, 2 lanes, 1 lane. It could be a one-way, a byway, I don't know any other ways. Interstate, I don't know. You could have a fast car, slow car. Or else you might have the moped on the expressway when you're not supposed to. One that's underneath 100 cc's or 125 or 150. But the United States, but varies depending on state. So it probably isn't 125 cc's. But I'm thinking of Michigan. I don't know what Ohio is. But life is like traffic. And when people have their hazards on, be mindful and go around. And if you can stop and assist them, something inside of me wants to say don't. Unless something tells you to, I guess. Because I'll be honest. I pick and choose my kindness. Because earlier today, to start off my day, we went to a gas station. This lady got my attention knocking on the door. And my mind, because I'm in uniform, I'm in the work truck, I'm thinking, oh, she's going to ask me some questions about, oh, how much is this, blah, this, blah, that. Because that actually did happen later on in the day. But with an old dude, back to the point. So she knocks on the door. I open it. She's like, do you have any money or something like that? No, she's like, do you have $1? I'm like, no. I don't carry money on me because I know how to spend that bitch. And then she's like, you at work? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, how don't you have $1? You at work. And I'm thinking to myself, fuck you, Satan. And I closed the door. Because you ain't rage baiting me. Especially on a uniform. 1. 2. It was barely 9 o'clock in the morning. How are you going to rage bait me this It wasn't even 9 o'clock in the morning. Because when I remember when we went to the dump, that doesn't open until 8. So it wasn't even fucking 8 o'clock in the morning. So how are you going to try to rage bait me this early in the morning? So I closed the door and I was like, fuck it. Fuck it. Because I feel like when people do shit like that, that's literally just testing your integrity, testing your humility, testing who you truly are. And like, I could have been like, oh, well, you up here on my door and you ain't got a job. What you asking me for? Like, get a job. Like, there's so many different avenues I could have went through. But like, I always try to think of humble and be kind and be patient. But it shows up differently through everybody. So I just, I just closed the door after it's like, and you at work and you ain't got $1. And you at the gas station asking motherfuckers for dollars? How you gonna judge me? And then another customer, this one, this wasn't even a customer. Crazy part is I don't know where the fuck we were city-wise, but I just remember driving around. I know where this black truck that was in front of us stops. Dude, because we're at a stop sign, so I guess it makes sense. Stops, gets out, like he opens the door. My first thought is, we should probably go around this motherfucker because he's probably not a gun. It registered a little bit late, but dude, Caucasian, had a veteran's hat on it, walked up to our door, asked us how we do things and stuff like that. I'm just like, in the middle of a 4-way intersection? In a 4-way intersection? Why, sir? You can see our truck number. Just take out your phone and take a fucking photo. And move about your business in the middle of a 4-way intersection. But I explained everything to him. A full truck is this, half truck is this. We have 11 price points in between to get you the most accurate pricing. And blah, 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 blah. So, sorry, that 5-star comes out right away. I would be a great slave if slavery didn't fucking bother the shit out of me. I feel like the only thing I'm really qualified for is entertainment. And maybe politics, but I don't lie enough to be good in politics. So, entertainment. That's just my thoughts and opinions. So, yeah, I'm standoffish because I like to stick onto you like glue, but I don't even know if you like me. I know I don't like me, so how am I supposed to try to like you if I don't even like me? So how am I supposed to figure out if you're trying to be nice to me or trying to hurt me? Because even though they strike me, I'm like, that don't really hurt me. That don't really hurt me. That don't really hurt me. You didn't even invite me. That didn't even hurt me. I'd rather take physical over emotional any day. Say whatever, do whatever you're going to do. But watch what you say to me, because supposedly, from as fragile as the childish version of me, I can't handle these words, but I can handle a lot of brutal actions. That's the weirdest thing about me. Physical pain doesn't bother me nor nearly as much as the things that weren't said, the things that could have been said, and the things that were left unsaid. So, for the people who are educated enough, I just told you exactly what was right with me. But for the people that don't get any of the things I'm saying, I'm just amusing and entertaining, if not annoying. I don't know. I think I'm done wearing this, though. I do like it. I could get an outfit for this. I could definitely. But either way, thank you for listening to my madness, and maybe one day I'll get closer to people. But until then, it was nice until it wasn't, I guess. I'm sorry I'm weird and awkward, but at least I'm not like the other monsters.